Wow. You guys know, those that have been around me know I get pretty emotional. I think BG, first of all, is human first, you know, and I think this is a human rights issue. No one's saying she didn't make a mistake. None of us are perfect, you know, but I guess I would want to know if I did something and was stuck in a foreign country and what it was, what it wasn't. You know, I think we all know that 10 years is a long time. And, you know, I see her as a mother, as a sister, as a spouse, as a daughter, you know, as an unbelievable ambassador for the game of basketball. You know, I think there are people that have said, like, she kneeled. We can argue about kneeling or not kneeling all day long. Brittney Griner has worn that USA across her chest and won gold medals for this company or for this country. She's represented Baylor. You know, I know. I want to say it was Bella told me, like, she was one of her first idols, like a big part of like why, you know, she was Baylor, you know, and I absolutely know that there was a championship here before BG, but I mean, she made Baylor a household name, and you know, I didn't coach her, but I coached against her a lot. I game planned for her, and when you spend a summer in the bubble at IMG, you get to know everybody. And she was one of the first people to reach out to me when I got this job. And she was super excited about me getting the job, about coming, you know, us getting her back here. The goal is to get her jersey retired and hanging in the rafters. And so I just think about what it would be like to be away from my family for over 200 days. So that's to me first and foremost. Like, I think this is a humanitarian thing. We can argue if we want about whether what she did is grounds for a trade for an arms dealer. Like, I'm not, you know, I think there's a lot of arguments in play. I think what isn't in play, in my mind, is that we shouldn't be doing everything in our power to get Brittney home.
Will y'all honor her in any way this year? Or is there any plans in place to kind of put something?
I think we're talking about it. We were already talking about it last year. We've talked about doing it as a part of, you know, the new arena. And do we just, basically, it's been a big deal to do it right by her. You know, I've been in contact with her agent since I got the job, and know Kagawa Colas well. And so, yeah, I mean, I think BG's family, like, she's Baylor family. So to me, anything we can do to help her and her family is important.
You mentioned kind of like there's no argument with the kind of person that she is, despite, you know, if she did something wrong. Obviously, I mean, I'm sure you saw Kim decline to comment today, and you don't have to speak on that, but
Thank you.
You know, yeah,
I was gonna say.
but does that bother you? Like, not her remarks, but just when people kind of question her character over this? I mean,
Yes.
her legacy?
Yeah, it does. I think it's easy to question people you don't know, and you don't know their situation, and we can't pretend to know if what was said in the court system was real or just part of the court system. Like, it's, you know, it's no different than people are told by lawyers over here to plead guilty because of certain things in the United States in the court system. So it's not my job to judge, quite frankly. I don't see it as my job. I think as a Christian, it's to give grace. It's to love one another. And, you know, knowing BG, like knowing her, being around her, she's a big kid. To know her is to love her. I mean, honestly, like, she just is one of those people that radiates joy, that would give you a high five or a hug. So yeah, I think this is about her being, you know, if it was, I think it's so easy to say when it's someone you don't know. But would everyone be saying the same thing if it was their sister? I think they might feel differently. And that's not me saying that what she did was or wasn't wrong. Like, it's also not my job to comment on that, quite frankly.